Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show with Smart Robie. And this morning we do see the continuing sell-off that we have from the US side continue to the Malaysian, and also we have also seen the ringgit depreciating against the US dollar. So there was a lot of concern among the community, where is this ringgit heading lower? What do you think? Pencil your comment in there. Now this morning the KLCI continued to sell off, so let's take a look at where we are. Let's switch on to our Smart Robie this morning in here. Do apologize for the hang on. All right, here we are, and so let's take a look at this morning where we are on the, let's switch to a wider chart here, and the KLCI, it is where it is. So we have seen in here, let me just blow this up, this chart here, it has been down almost, let's count this, we can actually count the number of bars that has been down since the red pentagon, which is on the around the 17th of September. So it's always good to pay attention to the green pentagon, and once the green or red pentagon, in this case is the red pentagon, and once that red pentagon started to turn down, that's where you want to make the necessary exit or whatsoever. So right now we have almost 7 bars in a down bar, and of this morning you can see right now at 10:15, the last chart update, we are seeing a little bit of what we call tests, but that's inconclusive because we still have to wait for the end of the day. And what are the high winners? You can check it out on Smart Robie, and make sure you download a copy. Now let's take a look at this morning. What are things that I'd like to share with the fellow public and as well as the members, is to take a look at the things that we are talking about is the support level. Now having said that, the big resistance that we could not go up was the 1500, and then the last support that we have was the 1470, was also broken down. So all these support level that was continued to be broken down will only push this market lower and lower, and this is what we have seen right now, and it hasn't been looking very good. And that's why we really need to see this support right now at the 1410 or the 1400 level will support or not. We do see 6 or 7 bars in the down bar in here, and usually when we see a lot of this down bar, it will only push this market to go lower than what we expect. So that's the prevailing sentiment that I have, and going forward I'm not looking very bullish. The best is just sideways market. This is also due to the foreign funds which continue to leave. Now the major support has already been reached. We are at the 1410, and if you look back on the monthly seasonal return for September, which we'll take a look at, and you'll see where the likelihood supports going to be. But right now we are seeing red pentagon has appeared, and that red pentagon will be a very good guide going forward for those of you who are using it. And for a beginner, stick to the FA list, which we've been talking about this due to the market volatility that we are at least with the Robie FA list in here, that you can check it out, and right in here you will able to find some of those good fundamental stocks, RC Capital, Tiguan, and KI. It's a REITs company in here. Now, of course, the Robie FA or Robie Fundamental in here is powered by Pentagon Guider, which is a creation of our company Trade VSA, following the works of the creator of Volume Spread Analysis, Follow the Smart Money by Tom Williams. Our green and red pentagon are able to tell you where the market is heading, as we can see on the KLCI in here. The last 2 signal was pretty good. Once the red pentagon came and the market continued to go down. So right now we have not seen the red pentagon yet, so we will probably have to wait for that in one. Now we can also track our portfolio tracking. We only have 1 trade, Chrono in here. That's a QR code in here through the investing in here. These are slightly for the medium and longer term in here. A lot of the stocks early on we have to cut loss because of the prevailing background of the market in here. As long as we are seeing red pentagon, no trades. We don't normally do that in. So some of the great winners we have for September 14 are winners and losses in here. You can see we are still able to pick some winners, but this was way back in August and September. So check it out on the Smart Robie. You can see from here some of the Robie FA past winner, and you can see from here CFM, CHGP, this one is giving you about 28% return on the 26. CGBP, Harrison, right, Scomnet, E-Metal, Pristine, and Able Global. Okay, so these are some of the more smaller cap stocks that appeared on our Robie FA stocks in here. All right. Now, also what we have right now in our market, switching back to a wider chart here, is the major support level at 140. This is where we are right now. Okay, we have broke through the 1470 with ease. We have 4 consecutive down bar, and I do believe this market should hit some sort of support very, very soon. And sometimes we have to be patient. So if you need to cut loss, please do so. As I said before, red Pentagon has already appeared. You don't need to be in the market. If you want to, just maybe stick to those Robie FA stocks, which I'll share with you. A couple of examples that we talked about last week. Did hold on to it. Now also the railway track has also turned down. That means we are looking more on a down market. Now this is from the plug-in for our trade VSA chart here. You have seen right now the market has hit the 1416, 1410. This is using the, we have sold down almost 9 bar in a row since the market hit the last resistance around the 40-day moving average. We also coincide with the 20-day moving average. So since then, sell bars. That's a lot of sign of weakness. So we since the UT uptrust that we see here, this market continue to head down in here. So we need to see spring. Spring is just the opposite of UT in here, and as long as we get some sort of spring, that the market likely to happen. You can see there was a spring and a test, and then the market turned up. So this is what we are also looking for. Take note, the 1470 major support has been broken, so we have the 1410, 14 will be the last one. If any time when it broke through, that will be the last straw on the camel's back that will hold this ground in here. If it does break below 14, we are hitting even lower. Now this was the KLCI monthly chart, and you can see 3.96 was the lowest last year when we have the big recovery, then followed by the market resounding to some sort of market correction in here. So if you look right now, we are at 5.76% down. Okay, we still got a few more days in here, but it doesn't look like this market. If it does have some sort of recovery, probably be 1 or 2% in here. If you notice, the monthly down has been very high, with the exception of the COVID, where the market was down 8%. Mostly of them are down 3%, 6% in 2018, and now we are at 5.76% in here. So take note of it. This is significantly much higher than the norm here. Also, partly this is due to the foreign fund flowing. So you can see foreign fund has been flowing out almost the last 2 weeks, with the exception of 2 days of buying, where the market hit around the 150. Ever since then, it's been really selling. And also take note, at the point where the selling are climatic, this is where usually the market turns, but we have not seen that yet. Of course, those will probably be coming when we see a couple of signs of strength, SOS, like test and spring. So we have to keep note of those things here. Now looking back at some of the past trade that has wouldn't say performed well, but is holding its ground with paying dividend in here. We have seen Sandcam last week, which we look at Affin, Genting Plantation, B Auto, Armada. Armada is facing a bit of sell-off now due to the weakening of the crude oil prices as it fell below $80. Globetronics and Matrix in here. So last week, the episode 189, we were looking at the Samcam. So you can see Samcam, we spotted it around 75.5 on the 19th of September. So right now it's 77. So you look back at Samcam, what kind of dividend we are looking at, and we can see Samcam is paying a 5% dividend with a PE of 5, when the sector average is about 21 in there. ROE is 26%. That's why Robie rated it as a very high thing. With the target price, okay, based on the price over PE at 7.5 times, currently is 5.6 times. It's about 1 ringgit here. Will it ever go up there? Yet to be seen, but definitely the 80 cents level need to be, and also we are in a period where we see a lot more selling right now with this now. Now on the market stages, previously it was below on the 19th of September, below zero, and then it crosses up, you can see there, right, just add to the yellow line here, and then since then with the sell-off that we've seen in the last few days, the market break back down to the 0 in here. So it has been really a sideways market. Now the other stocks we were looking at was Affin Bank. Okay, Affin Bank spotted on the 19th of September. Okay, with the 210. Let's look at Affin Bank here, and looking at the stock fundamentals. Switching to a wider chart here, and you can see Affin pay almost a 6% dividend, which is extremely high. ROE isn't as high because the sector average about 12%. PE is only about 7 below the sector average. Okay, but below the sector average, which means it is relatively inexpensive. So since the Affin got the green pentagon, hold its level almost at 206 here, right? And I do think with the interest rate rising higher, some of the banks will do well. I think this would do hold. But having said that, you can see market stages already moving to the left side here on the down market. Last few discussion that we have on B Auto, that was one of the stocks we were looking at. On the 5th of September, episode 187, Robie spotted at 179, and you could see it did hit 196, a potential profit of 9.6, and this because also due to the better selling of vehicle that we've seen with a gross profit of 474 from a trade of 5k in here. But right now we can see just on top here, the market stages has moved above the red line, so we are seeing the market becoming toppish and actually pulling back. Going back to another trade on the this was on Bumi Armada, right, on the 29th. Okay, and it's made up, but since then has corrected a bit here, so did hit 8.6% in here. For the current peak that we have on the 22nd of August, the metrics came out on 151 on the 27th of August, and right now it did hit a high of 168. That's 11%, all right, of potential price gain in here, giving it a gross profit here about 562. So having said that, the picking stocks, especially on this bearish market, is difficult, but at least using the Robie FA collection list, you're able to hang on to it. Not all of them will make money, of course. At least there's some back out by the dividend in here. All right. So if you want me to look at any stocks on the Robie FA, I'll be happy enough in here. But let's take a look at this week Robie FA stocks. But bear in mind, the KLCI is actually is in red pentagon in here, right? So red pentagon, and that will definitely change the circumstances. Look at some of the hot sectors, but we'll look at the Tiguan. Okay, let's look at Tiguan right now. And you can see Tiguan has just turned green pentagon, which is a packaging company in here. Since then has pulled back. Right, let's take a look at this morning, Tiguan. Right, you can see the market at 1018 since then has pulled back to the 20-day moving average. So the point is the trend is still up. So any big move up there, profit taking coming out, this could be a good spot. Actually, let's take a look at the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is paying a 2% dividend, a rating of a 5 with a ROE of 12 times. PE is only 10 times, so it's relatively cheap compared to the sector average of 21 in here. Okay. So as a summary, we have said before, this market continued to bear a lot of the bearishness we have seen. Market is lower than last week. Having said that, the major support 1410, 1400 level is the last straw in the camel back. If it does break below, we'll likely to see more. I don't potentially see this market going lower than it should. This is also due to the G15 and also the October first week of October, the budget 2023 coming out in here. Some positive news. But having said that, foreign funds has been the continued selling in here. So that's why we are seeing more than it should. All right. The Robie FA list, collection list will provide the kind of dividend that we are while waiting for the longer term turning in here. If Red Pentagon do come out and some of those stocks you are trading for short term, do honor them and focus on the overall trend of the market in here. All right, be prepared for that. Now, of course, some of our earlier members who are trading more of the intraday took up the 20-day trading challenge on their route to become a much improved trader in here, and previously they were using a lot of our VSA 360 in here, doing pretty well actually, I have to say, in here, despite the June where the competition of this 20 days were on the bearish side. They were able to perform relatively with almost a double-digit return in here, something that we do teach a lot in our master class, all right, in here in our foundation, using the tools that we have. The next one, intake, is coming up in the October. For some of those who are interested, you can come back and re-attend back. And also we continue to enhance our course topic and our tools delivery in here. And this coming Wednesday, right, we'll be using Pentagon intraday to your advantage, all right, and how we can able to spot in earlier on, which I've talked about it over last week in our member session. So join me on this 28th September at 9:30 this coming Wednesday in here. And of course, for those of you who want to try out without free 3-month worth of VSA membership in here, all you got to do is just give us a Google review in here and less than 200 words, and if your review are good, you'll be picked up and you get a chance for 3-month membership of our Trade VSA in here. Now, last but not least, do subscribe to our YouTube channel in here, and also if you're already get the Trade VSA and able to access some of our new features in here, which will give you the edge that pros are using in here. Even despite what we have seen on the 20 days challenge, many of our members are able to get into this market in here. Right now we're going to be looking at a couple of stocks. If you do have, let me know. I'm happy to look into them. All right, if you have any stocks, do let me know. All right, if there's no stocks, thank you for staying with us. Thank you for streaming with us. And I wish you a remaining of the day. Now, do take note, you don't need to be in the market, as we are seeing a lot of bearishness coming to the market in here. But if you do stay on the intraday, that will give you a lot of opportunity. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.